man. That's cool.
In between that and the shops, there's been a lot in between. So
opening it up with a bunch of coffee shops. Like,
you know what? Whatever I do, I go all the way.
Okay.
And that's not always a good thing for me. It's gotten me in trouble too. And that's why one of the reasons why I say that I don't really have anything to fall back on. I had
and you know what? You can get away with that stuff when you work for yourself.
Now, yeah,
right? With that crazy obsession.
Yes.
I mean, as an artist, I can tell you that. Like, if I get obsessed with things and I automatically want to kind of take over the situation because I feel like I know best how to do and take care of certain things.
Well, you're passionate.
Because I go all the way in it. Like, I'm in there. You know, I'm locked in. And I watch other people work and how they do things, and it's always different. But I have to learn how to keep my mouth shut sometimes because it's not my place to be the boss that day or try to be the boss like that. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, man.
For me, what I think
but when I work for myself, I can get crazy as I want, man. And that's what I'm saying. And no one's gonna tell me anything or whatever. You know, That's awesome. That's awesome.
For me, what I think about is the end goal. And so, like I have staff, right? And I look at them as a team. How
many people you got working for you?
7.
Okay, good. Nice little
dude,
team.
that's
7, 8, something like that. 7 or 8.
Good.
We're a team, and I tell them that, and I really mean it. It's really the situation. And there's times where they tell me how to do things better, right. And they all know that there is no, it's his way or the highway. Right, I will talk to them, and there's times where I say, no, do it this way.
You're right.
But there are times where they teach me how to do it better, and I'm like, yeah, of course, let's do it that way.
That's awesome, because that's when I paint, when I'm doing designing stuff also, people I'm always like, give me an idea. And I want to hear I don't want my idea. I want the best idea.
Yeah, that's good.
Because the best idea becomes my idea. Right. And I want to look good. So I welcome everybody's, but that doesn't mean I'm going to listen, right?
You have a goal, and if your goal is an amazing painting, then who cares who told you what to paint?
Right,
the goal is to
make something
painting.
amazing, and so I'm always open to any ideas as long as but that doesn't mean I'm going to use them. I do all the editing in the end, but it's like everything else, man. Business and everything else is all interconnected, man.
It is. At the cafe, you don't only sell coffee, right?
No, we do food. And it's crazy because I opened up, the first one was originally going to be a coffee shop. Mm-hmm. I had some ideas for coffee that I wanted to do that, my thing was at the time, Blue Bottle and Ritual.
Sight Glass.
All those places were getting pretty big, and their main focus is like black coffee, and it's good. I drink my coffee black, right? So there's nothing against that. But they would, single origin and all these things, which is still good. But my thing is, I'm not going to beat that, right? I can't compete in that lane. Right. So what I wanted to focus on was doing specialty lattes, like the flavored ones, flavors that we don't get, like those pumps or those syrups.
Right.
So I have the Señorita, I have the spicy Mexican mocha.
That's the one.
We make a mocha that we use, like if you come, and I show people all the time, the mocha we use is like a fudge, and it has to melt in, and then the spicy one, I make that mix myself. So my thing was not. Basically, everything that I do is trying to make sure that nobody else is doing this,
right?
And then doing it great.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? And with all business, I think is bringing things that no one else has, right?
That's what it's all
about. I think all businesses, good businesses that survive. They bring things that nobody else has, right?
Yeah, especially with where my first shop was located. Like you guys know, it's in the boonies. There's nothing over there,
right?
And so if I wanted people to come all the way out there. When I first opened, it was like the cinnamon toast was kind of becoming a thing. I don't know if you guys have had that. Mm-hmm. It's just butter with cinnamon and sugar. And we all grew up eating that. Yeah. But that became a huge fad in the city and in the city and in the Bay. Like, it became a big thing.
Right. And they charge like $12 for it.
It's a little pricey. So my thing was like, well, I can't do that. Because why are you going to come all the way from another neighborhood to Visitation Valley to try that? So I came up with a whole menu of things that at the time you couldn't get anywhere else.
What's your most famous and what's your favorite?
For the first shop, the one that really I feel like kind of helped me open up the second shop was the breakfast little sandwich.
And what is the breakfast little?
It's our breakfast sandwich, and it's hard to describe. You got to just try it.
And this is why you named the second place that?
That's exactly why I named the second place that. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
That's really
and I've eaten there, and the food is so good there, man. We eat there like if it's breakfast. Like we order because they're little small size.
It's like,
but it's.
Yeah,
like
it's like
full, you can get a full meal there. You know what I mean? Like that. And when I go, we get a full meal. Like we order like 3 or 4 different things.
And that's the thinking too. Like, I
good.
remember when I would go places and you look at a menu and you want to try everything.
Right.
You go with 2 or 3 people, you can try a bunch of stuff.
It's exactly. You can get a little bit of the whole menu with 3 or 4 people. Exactly.
And that's the thing behind it. If it's somebody, let's say you're on your way to work and you don't want to eat heavy. You come in, you grab something, you make it to work, and you're not passing out at work. Let's say you come and you're with your significant other or a sibling or your parents, then you get to try a bunch of different things.
And it's priced accordingly, right? It's not expensive, because
I think it is, especially being in the Mission. That's what people tell me. So, obviously I have to raise the prices.
Don't tell you that it's not, right?
No,
but it is hard to get it is hard to get cheap, small portions anywhere in the city.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
This is a tough city.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So where did the inspiration of food come from, or the food that you sell? Where did that inspiration come from?
So that was with the idea of me making sure that I don't have what everybody else has. But then a lot of it is kind of how, like, I look at my menu as how did I grow up in San Francisco, right? Mm-hmm. So, I'm Latino and like, for example, we grew up eating something called a mollete. It's just, it's literally just bread and beans, and you put some queso fresco on it.
Super good.
It's a staple. Like you just eat, you can go home every day and have that.
Super good.
So I put that on my menu. I kind of put some twist on it instead of like what we have is the like little birrotito, whatever.
Yeah.
I use sourdough because I'm from San Francisco. I like sourdough, so I make mine with sourdough. Nice. And then I have the other ones are kind of just a blend of. From being out here, and even the breakfast little, it's on pan de sal, and that's Filipino,
right?
Because this is,
Wait, say again. What was it?
The sandwich?
Yeah,
I use a pan de sal, which is a Filipino bread, and
it's their bread.
It's a Filipino bread, but you're in San Francisco. There's a big Filipino community, and if you're not we're mixing out here. Everybody's eating everything. There's food trucks that do Filipino Mexican,
the melting pot.
Yeah, we're all out here eating each other's flavors. Yep.
What kind of stuff do you like, Marco?
Coffee wise?
Yeah.
I like lattes. Frappuccinos.
Nice.
Frappuccinos are good.
There we go. Okay. Getting kind of turned.
Who, me?
I'm not a tequila guy, dude. I'm a scotch guy. Like
Scotch.
I could drink a half a bottle of scotch and I'm cool, but like 2-3 shots of tequila and I'm like,
oh yeah.
Scotch is good. I love scotch.
That's scotch.
Marco's handsome, isn't he?
Yeah. Shit.
I should
He's got a nice profile.
He's beautiful. I love this.
We need
guy.
to get a picture of your hella coffee hat though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you know what? You know what? That's
pretty cool hat.
That's gonna be
like
on
that?
the show.
Taking this off. I forgot to take this off today. Usually we don't have this paper.
Yeah, I know. It's all good.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm really proud of this.
What?
No,
the hat's awesome.
So,
the name is dope.
thank you.
That's going to be. I can see, dude, hella coffee. You're going to want to go there. It's
I actually
simple,
wasn't sure.
It's bold.
I wasn't sure. I mean, I knew I was going to do a hella coffee hat. I've actually had this idea for 2 years.
What made you come up with that?
And I saw somebody had a hat that said coffee, and I was like, oh my God, I got to make a hat that says coffee. And I thought about it for like a day, and then I said, hella coffee. And for 2 years, I've been sitting on that idea.
And you know what? He sold
Get up on it.
He had a party last week.
Thanks for inviting.
It was his summer. You were invited.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. He was invited.
He was.
I would have went anyway. So.
Oh, that's fucked up.
On the idea of having new hats made, you got to hit up friend Fracasso over on next to Cookies on Mission. There's a Key to the City shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there.
He does. He has embroidery machines in the back of his shop.
Oh yeah.
He's another local guy, rapper.
I live a few blocks away from there.
So
I didn't know they did that. I know where it's at.
yeah.
He's on Mission in Geneva.
Yeah, right.
I'm
there.
right over there.
He does. He does jewelry.
Yeah.
He's got the clothing. He does shirts.
Is he
and
paying us for this
got hats.
advertisement?
Hey, we're just supporting the local businesses, man.
Remember, here at LeX Be
support
Frank.
our podcast, huh?
Exactly. But here at LeX Be Frank, remember, we're putting shine on
This Bay
the
Area.
underrepresented and the people who aren't seen,
Hey, can they get these hella coffee cats when they come over to Breakfast Little?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
you have
dope.
them there.
'Cause
We're
they
gonna
are
get more
fucking
made.
sick.
We're gonna start getting hoodies. We're gonna start getting shirts. The whole deal.
Dude, that should you should brand that shit.
I already trademarked it.
You know what?
I trademarked it on Monday.
You got it, bro.
There's a company called Envision It. They'll help you brand that shit. NVY.
I've been trying to get in touch with them.
SION.
They're very sought after. It's been a hard.
.com.
They've been having a line to get kind of through the door, so I'm waiting in line, but it'll happen.
I know. I think it's the podcast that's like blowing them up because they did our logo. They've been taking care of our. What are the little videos that they've been doing?
They've been doing these little
that
short.
shit is tight. Anyways,
They're up on their game, whoever they are.
they're pretty sick. Well,
Envisionit.com.
I know one of them.
Yeah, let's talk about food. I'm getting hungry.
Was there any? You were telling us how you grew up eating different types of style of foods, and that you were trying to gather everything from San Francisco. But were there any cultures that kind of, besides the Filipino culture for the singer, what is that? The
pandesal.
Pandesal. Is there any other cultures that kind of influenced your food and kind of the way you created this food?
I mean, yeah, I think, to be honest, just being from the city, you know, that San Francisco has its own culture.
That is true.
Wherever you go,
yes,
we have our own culture. We have our own culture. And so for me, it really was that. And you know, everything that's on the menu for me is very San Franciscan.
Okay.
And if it's not, it will be, because I made it up. And I'm San
That
Franciscan.
is true. That is true.
Yes. One other question. So a little more about your business. So do you cater?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have been catering?
Yeah, I've been catering.
Nice.
I've gotten like dozens of catering events. Don't ask me what name of any company, though.
Okay. But you do both food and coffee there when you're there?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
the whole nine.
And where can they reach you? Where can they find you again?
I'm generally at the new one, Breakfast Little.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if we should be
I mean, to set up if
can.
people want to.
talking about this on air. I'm actually shutting down the first one.
We can talk about that.
Breaking news.
Breaking fucking news. And this podcast is coming out tomorrow, Friday. What's tomorrow's date? The 19th? Oh my God, breaking news.
Yeah, I'm actually shutting down the first one. It's
you know what? That's kind of sad.
you know, it is a little sad. I don't think it's hit me because I tend to be sometimes I tend to be whatever about things, but I think once it happens, I'll reminisce.
But you know what? You know what was cool? Well, I mean, that's sad because the place is very iconic. I mean, all you have to do is mention the area and people know.
Oh, it's
Little Hollywood.
For sure.
It's like a
That's
historic
Hollywood.
little spot right there. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
Piccolo Pete's
Even though it was like on the outskirts, it's like one of those
it's
outskirts.
an institution.
It's an institution.
And so for me to have been attached to that,
it was there before you. I'm sorry. It was there before you,
The
right?
deli was.
the
The cafe
name?
never was.
But the name was there.
Yeah, the deli next door.
Okay,
They
yeah.
closed
Was called
down about a year
Piccolo
ago,
Pete's.
but they were called Piccolo Pete's.
Okay, got it. So that's where the first name came
That
from.
place, it's an institution in San Francisco.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like I did my part to kind of keep it going.
That's like when you mention Piccolo Pete's or Roxy's.
Yes.
Everybody knows those delis.
Yeah.
Nice.
When do you think is going to be the last day?
Next weekend.
Oh, really?
Not this upcoming next weekend. Next
Breaking
weekend.
news.
That's it.
Piccolo Pete's is closing next weekend.
You know, I know I've told you this. I don't, obviously not everybody would know this, but you know this, that place was my test kitchen. And
You learned.
know, I learned. And I always said that even from the beginning.
Good for you.
I'm really big on, you shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you land amongst the stars.
That is
Right.
true.
So my thing was, even from day one, like I wanted to have the biggest, like company where we're gonna have hundreds of stores, and it's just gonna be huge. And this little store is just me testing it all out and seeing what people think. What do you think about the breakfast little sandwich?
The breakfast little. Oh,
That's a good idea.
Done.
it's delicious.
Staring at him, Marco.
Marco, we love you, baby.
Without Marco, there'd be no LeX Be Frank. LeX Be Frank. Without Marco, there'd be no LeX Be Frank.
Without
LeX Be
Marco.
Frank. Without Marco, there'd be no LeX Be Frank. We could do that forever.
I actually wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Marco.
Yeah.
Did he call you?
So I didn't tell you guys this. No. I didn't tell you guys this. I got to tell you guys this. So my brother texted me the address.
Okay.
Put it into I don't use put it into the address app, whatever, the one
Right.
that gives you directions. Tell me why it stopped me a block down at, I can't say the numbers, but it got the two numbers in the middle mixed.
What?
So instead of the 5, it was the 3, and instead of the 3, it was the 5.
Okay.
I end up a block down,
Yeah.
and in my mind, I'm like, well, this doesn't look like I've been here. But I don't know if you guys do this, but you end up like remembering things that never happened. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember these steps. It was on the 4th floor. So I walk up to the top. I hear a dog barking. In my mind, I remembered it. Of course he has a dog. They got a dog. They got a dog. Knock on the door. And I'm like, this is weird though. I don't remember like this. So I look at my phone and I'm like, oh, I'm at the wrong address. As soon as I realize this dude opens the door in the shortest shorts I've ever seen in my life. This is not a joke. opens the door in the shortest shorts I've ever seen in my life. And I look up and I say to him, I'm just realizing that I got the wrong address. And he goes, it's okay.
You know, we're a block away from the Castro, right? Castro Street.
He knew